Hey, how's it going, mini lads? Welcome back to South Park Comic Studio. Let's get around here for more studio crossovers for South Park. The last time we have already reviewed is the South Park Creations, which is not mine anyway. But I realized there must be for another South Park knockoffs for some sort of like anything around here as well. So, as we're gonna be reaching all the way to the end, it could be the ultimate South Park, but I'm not sure. These are the guys a little bit for these things as well. So, this is actually going to be for these guys as well. So, I'm not probably sure that we're gonna go to the ultimate South Park, but today, let's go right here to New Sneakland or some kind of new Snekland. Now, we probably try to find some sprites, but I'm not pretty sure there's no backgrounds anyways as possible. Now, not all the previous pages around here for one of these things as well. That must be a table, knife, and some background equipment, and even studio equipment as well. That includes the portal. And there's nothing more, by the way, except for the chat, like anything around here to do. And let's start with this guy anyway, but I'm not probably sure. This is probably that I'm not pretty sure for one of them. And even though that must be for some sort of the Battle for Dream Island reference, even another guy for round as well. They just look like, even for one of them as well, like of these people as well. One on the anime, but I'm probably sure they have just created like this as a Battle for Dream Island. We think this is absolutely Battle for Dream Island reference. So, and this is absolutely for some kind of that thing as well, but there's Wild Bean by Vietamin or some sort of like this. This thing isn't could be for just like that and an unknown person around here for this one. So let's get back into South Park creations, but I'm not pretty sure that doesn't actually going to be look like these. These are the parts around here for one of their guys, and definitely that's not going to be all around here. New Sneakland is owned by Snake. Credits to all of the new Snekland members who submitted their OCs. And I'm not pretty sure if we're gonna be trying to find something else, but that must be South Park characters. That must be assets by Ghostly and Vietamin, or some sort of like this. And here it goes for around here. It was owned by Vitamin AFBT. As we're gonna be looking around the studio crossovers, but this is definitely, it's not probably going to be a problem. So, not all of them around here as well. Somebody who has posted on March 29th of 2023, since the first time that they just posted around, I couldn't actually say it was some sort of like this thing, or of course. This is totally a little bit weird, and I wouldn't able to be find something else as well. So that was everything around here to do so, and there is only two comics left. Now I shouldn't able to add anything, but I'm not very sure. I'm should not able to add anything as well. So I definitely put Cookie Run characters into this one. But that since that don't have any backgrounds in the studio, and it won't actually going to come anything around here for just yet. Because since after the new update that added everything themselves that you forgotten to see, and even though that most of the cookies since after Powerpuff Girls and Bamboo Blade and Zaitan cookie that finally added Dark Fondue Cookie, who is now officially playable, and then Pain de la Campagne Cookie. It was probably coming soon to be playable as well. I'm not sure that completely release anything around themselves, but of course that orange cookie doesn't have any additional sprites like these, because that definitely does probably going to find out. I'm not actually going to look around here for this thing as well if I see her like that. So, I'm not actually for some sort of addictive to Cookie Run characters like them. So, I was probably addictive to machines like motorsports and even heavy industrial machines like transports and even hauling stuff like trucks. So we're not actually talking about there, but this is definitely that you being witness for. And sometimes I put like anything around here in Cookie Run background from April Fools and many more like these things as well. There's Chocoball Cookie who was shocked that I probably definitely not gonna look at around here as well. But even though that he definitely seeing something shocking, that he holds his hand on a soccer ball in the meantime. And meanwhile, at the studio like this, there must be a table right next to Grapefruit Cookie, and there is a Skater Cookie who's actually hasn't been able to talk to, while it has right next to the studio equipment for cameras or whatever it does. But right there for one of these guys as well. And totally, that was going to be pretty it as well before I'm gonna end of this video. So, sometimes I wasn't able to add something like that, but even though I shouldn't able to say something like even though that much, pretty anyways, around here we're about to end of this video, and so on, that the link is going to be in description below, and it's going to be a parental warning like the age of 15 users only in order to access this comic studio, that verify your age is pretty hard on your lifetime as well, because that their only recommendation is age estimation that you're going to be doing for a self screenshot or some sort of screenshotting yourself, or like anything around here, just take a selfie on yourself. And even though the studio like this in the main website is link in the description also, and you can actually go into check everything you want, and especially I wasn't able to be trying to find out what absolutely it was like anything around here to do this. And there's a whole lot of communities or hundreds of communities out there on the platform, or some sort of unknown reasons like them, sure, that you should be able to follow that. So, don't be addictive to post a lot of comics in Cookie Run Comic Studio. So, thanks again, and we'll see you in another one as well. Thank you for watching, and for all of those things, or mini lands like these things, and I'll talk to you all later around here from anybody as well. So, this is TC in the Flesh, is signing off.